Welcome back to the Quest for Details. We're going on a hike. Me and Danielle, and you're invited, we're going out to a trail that leaves from a parking lot northeast of the Napa Valley at the Robert Louis Stevenson Park. And we're going to hike out about halfway to Table Rock itself along the trail. You can see that the road up either direction, whether you're coming from Middletown or the Napa Valley, is pretty windy and it's a steep grade. And at the very, not summit of the mountain, but summit of the saddle, as far as the highway is concerned, you'll find a parking lot. And if you go on the weekdays, there's more parking than the weekends. Parking lot, we'll be hiking along a trail that heads south along the ridge line towards the Palisades. Well, I left my sweater down in the car, and so we're gonna go for a hike. We're on Mount St. Helena, and we're on the Table Rock Trail, but I don't think we're gonna go to Table Rock. Oh, it's raining. No, it's the dew blowing off the trees in the wind. And I'm gonna show you how to go sub-thermal, and she's gonna practice a rescue.
If you didn't already have an earache, you'll probably
Welcome to the Quest for Details. Poison oak. Weird.
What's going on?
It's only raining in one spot. You guys see this? Look at this. This is a dry path. That's not a shadow. Look.
So it's like kind of like a rainforest where this kind of tree pulls all the water. Maybe.
Oh, because it's the big tree?
Yeah.
Right, all these are shorter in height. If you guys can see that on the picture, I don't know, but this is a big old, what, a fir? Probably, is my guess, and it's huge. It goes way up there. See, you're saying it's collecting because it's taller out of the, it's sticking up like a big old rain sail.
So save the trees.
So save the trees. Oh, look. It is just raining under that tree.
It's collecting the clouds.
A cloud collector. And she brings it down straight to the floor.
Into my eye.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another spot down there. So where the tall trees are will be rain spots. This is where the top of the tree isn't anymore. And when things are more open and more dry, it's deceptive. They look more fire safe, but they aren't necessarily. probably a dog rose.
Yeah.
The 5 petals. Original wild creatures. Oh, we're literally up in the cloud forest. So this is just a little ways down the trail, and usually you can look out from this rocky point over the valleys where Middletown's located, and you know, it's a really beautiful view. This is kind of awesome though too. It looks like we're in the moorlands, or how I would imagine it. You know, we are in heathen territory. These are all chaparral, which is kind of like has a lot of the what I'd call American heathers mixed in, if you allow me the liberty of loose botany. Fairy altar. There's where we were standing. Let's look off the point. Look at this spot. You know, there's been a lot of camps here. Native American, hippie, all kinds of people. Wow, you can see that we're literally in the clouds. This is one of the tallest mountains in the range that we're around. And we drove up up to the saddle. It's not up to the top, but whew, yeah, it's a little windy. And these are clouds. See that moving by? Feels good to be up here. It's like about 75 degrees down there. And we drove up into the cloud layer. There's the ground. I want to duck into the trees. I am still a little cold. Ooh. Oh, I see caves. We're freezing. We have to walk through here. This is that gap. Do you remember this down below where the road does switchbacks? This is like the slope that it literally goes all the way to the bottom of the mountain. Look at the clouds blowing through there. Oh my God. Okay. Ah! Oh. Ah! I'd see that's a convection point for cold wind over the mountain. That's why the road is here. It's a saddle between the two hills. So that spot, literally, oh, nice forest. It's cold as heck.
Yeah, the convection.
We're coming out here to look at these cool rock circles that Danielle discovered, and I remember from a previous hike way back when.
Herba Santa.
Herba Santa?
Yeah.
I believe so. So.
Yeah.
I have a lot of my knowledge of herbs secondhand to you.
Oh, I mean, I know that you use it as poison oak wash.
Poison oak wash, okay.
And medicinal for like a tea, you know, basic tea for health. So.
They're in bloom down here. little ice plants. See them? But that's their bloom. See, they've already dried out for the year. Those are beautiful. And they're scattered along here in the yellow that you see. Here's some more of these. The yellow that you see, this is called a woolly sunflower. So that's about as big as they get. And then this is Phacelia, in case you have not met Phacelia. And bush lupins that have gone to seed. And the little ferns are curling up and the moss is hiding itself, but it was lush and green. These are regular lupins that have already popped their seeds, scattered down below. So remember that. Nature's already thrown its seeds out. When people tell you when to put them out for next year, I say, that's when they do it. Here's the manzanita, and they are loading up. This is one of my favorite edibles. There's a tree with the bark. It looks like that here in California. So make sure that if you're other places, that you're not mistaking them, and I'm not getting you confused. These start off green and they will turn red. The name manzanilla comes from the Spanish word mini apple, manzanilla. And they have a lot of vitamin C. You can nibble them off. There's a large seed inside there. You can nibble off that outside right now, and it's very much like a little sour Gravenstein, or wait for them to go completely dry and then peel that dry mush off and make a type of porridge or a tea drink out of that. And really good stuff, really abundant. Look how much there is. And the birds and stuff love them too. Okay, love manzanitas. I love madrone berries are some of my favorite, and now they have a hybrid, the strawberry madrones. Oh, and the strawberry tree. All the madrone and manzanita families I love, because I like rose hips. If you like that delicate apple skin taste, rose petal flavor, then you'll love those on a hot day. And these are actually madrone flowers on the ground from the canopy above us. See the big one leaning there? And they have some of my favorite little light berries too.
Or maybe they're just a sunflower. Look. Like, I mean, they look like echinacea, right?
Yeah, they have that kind of aster. You'd expect a daisy or echinacea or aster to pop out.
But do you think it's... I mean, that looks like echinacea.
Oh, probably. You know where we are too. This has snow on it, remember? The snow just melted off a lot of this. I was up here filming and it was covered in snow. So, no, I believe it is, because look at what's growing with it. You know, you have wild celeries, and these are all really individual.
Really
these are, oh yeah, but I mean, look what it's in. These are, where these, you know, they were red. Like, people mistake them Indian paintbrushes. There's some there that still have their red on them. This is a field of them also. So you have like dog rose.
Take it close up in the flower.
I'm sure. I mean, the leaves are almost exact. I don't think so. Yep, and it's really just here along the trail, so it's gotten enough sunlight because of the opening. There's some manzanita berries. So this area can get overlooked. It's called scrubland, and what I found is when I go into conifer zone, into evergreen, you know, into the pine tree forest, as most people call them, there aren't as many species as there are here, as far as everything, flora and fauna. You can run into endless microclimates here with endless different types of plants and so many different varieties and types of food. and then go to the other side of the valley where it's all evergreens and probably list them, you know, in about half a day is what I have observed. So I am constantly blown away here by the varieties. That's a mule's ear. So that's a larger, way larger, way different for sure. Another fork stuck in the road. Overlooked Table Rock.
I think these are the rocks from here.
So we are at the very beginning of the Palisades. From here to get to Table Rock, you have to climb way down into this canyon and up the other side, and then you're at the top, but there's already some really cool stuff. I want to go up there.
Yeah. Imagine being like a little critter, being able to like play around up here. Little lizard.
Well, when it's not foggy, you can probably see way down there. Whoa. Look at these flowers at the tippy top. That's, you know, I think that's a medicine flower. I wouldn't eat it, but come on, you climb to the top of the mountain and top of the rock altar.
It looks like something you'd see at the ocean.
It's like a snapdragon-y creature. There's a couple more in the crack down here.
Look at that one. Looks like a little bonsai village right there. That one with the tree. It looks like it's like it'd be like a town.
Yeah. Yes, that is a canyon that just goes way downhill right there. We are in the cloudburst, but I no longer feel cold. Oh, look at the medicine plant down there. You see the red? You probably have cloud on your lens. So this trail is awesome like this. The rock formations get better and better and better. And we're gonna come back. Many times. Clouds rolling over here. We are in the true saddle.
Oh, oh my god.
Is it a little steep on the other side?
I would recommend this place over any other place. It's like, it's so grand.
And it goes, if you're willing to go down this next, it is a switchback climb down and up, and it is a battle. But once you are there, you're on top of there's probably 1,000 more features like this. It goes for 3 miles down the valley in a solid unbroken, you know, just crest line of crazy stuff where you can keep climbing down, and the trail winds all along the top of it and also drops down into the valley. This is one of the best spots to get to all of this because you can park where we parked and do a minimal amount of uphill, as opposed to if you're at the altitude of the valley and climbing up here, you'll be pretty tired. So that's what I've noticed. So came on a weekday. It's very empty.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these, they're beautiful. the weekends have been packed. When I was coming up here before, there wasn't a whole lot of interest, so it is good to see that.
When it's so cloudy like this,
Aliens. Yeah. Well, yeah, and we're having this. Did you see on the news that they said we're going to have a month's worth of rain come in one day? Hey, let's walk out to this edge, even though I'm not as brave as her as far as heights and stuff. Oh my God, don't fall over the face of this. No, I don't want you to hold me, just stay back. Trust issues. Fall back. Sorry, Charlie Brown. Will you be careful? This is dripping. That is a cloud force for you. I'm sorry for shaking off your water. It's like, come on, this might be the last clouds of the season. They told me you were going to get a lot of rain. Don't worry about that. You see the dew on there? And you could drink that. That's another survival tactic. You see how there's no water anywhere around here? You can take off a piece of clothing and you can wipe it all over stuff that has dew on it. See how wet my hand gets by doing that? Now cloth will hold that, and then you wring the cloth out into your mouth. And you do that repeatedly until your belly's full of water. So you can actually gather up gallons of water in about a half an hour and get it all drunk into your system just by... You too can be a cloud gatherer if you have to, while filling your cheeks with manzanita and vitamin C. Okay, there's so many flowers right here. You know, we in North America, especially in the United States, don't often recognize how exotic our own backyards are. And for a lot of the world actually being developed and you know, well populated, we have these areas that are still very wild, and as they always have been, and they're just gems. And for them to be mostly fully intact with all their species and stuff, you're looking at North American cloud forests, you know, and really special individual habitats. And I've seen a lot of them disappear without even being known that they were there. So thank you for coming along with me on these little adventures. Let's go see what other details we can find. If you're enjoying this, don't forget that on the Quest for Details homepage, if you click on the videos, then it will take you to all of the videos that I've posted in the past. They're all still there saved, and there's quite a few of them, and they grow every day. So just a reminder in case you didn't know. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to it. This is a really nice temperature that we've come into. There's almost no wind here. We've dropped down from where those rocks are, so we climbed up the other side, up a trail from where you can park, and then up to the rocks, and we're winding down. This goes all the way down into a canyon, like I said, but there's the flat areas along the top of it, kind of the little plateau, and so we're shielded from the wind, and you can see the clouds have spilled over the top, and they're just kind of swirling around here in the chaparral. Real gentle, but it's not cold. And besides my mouth moving, it's really still. And peaceful. There's a spring there, somebody stacked up. Do you see the switch over in volcanic tooth? This would be a good spot to check for rocks. It's in the washes in a road. That's where we're headed down to. And it's probably always been a little sacred area in the camp. It's like the flat plateau and then a very deep canyon and valleys this way. And it's a windless little manzanita forest land. So literally most of the bushes here are food bushes. Not a bad place to be. Oh, this is California. Hiking through the serpentine belt and the volcanic areas with the chaparral bush. All the different manzanitas and madrones. The color of this dirt, this is gold country.
This is where we saw the coyotes. We were just coming around here. It was just like right in the middle of the day. And there was like 3 coyotes just like right here. Wow. On the path, and we were like, ah. But we went on. We didn't get, I guess they don't like to come around here.
There's something about this area, this type of vegetation and terrain in California. It's beautiful. You've been to the deserts too. It's kind of got that desert beauty, but with all of the lushness of forest and water mixed with it. So, if you're into geology, this is where you get down to the rocks, and so it has a lot more formations and where areas that have taller and thicker vegetation on them tend to not erode as much and be, they're like conical forested mountains. These are very jagged and rugged, and you see all the rocks up here hiding in the bushes everywhere. So we are down to the geology of it. So from here, looks like 0.9 miles, still another mile, and it's a steep downhill and uphill, and you get to the head of the Palisades and Table Rock, which, believe me, is worth going. We're just coming to this area today. I wanted to look at everything with you. These are all different art projects that people have done in the past. Some of them fallen down. I remember a spiral low. Makes you wonder how many of these were originally here and stacked up by pioneers and natives on the crossroads and have blended in with the current ones. I just want to get a lot of these too because they're simple. Look at that. Very Himalayan, or, just think a good thought. Add to it.
Actually, we were thinking when we came here and we saw the coyotes, we were thinking that these were graves of lost, fallen travelers. We were a little bit.
That could work too. I could see it out here on a misty day like this.
No, it was a hot day, like famished.
So you guys were delusional?
Ran out of water.
Okay.
Yeah. Thinking that somebody got eaten by coyotes and then they had to bury their friend in a rock pile.
Well, see, that's a vision quest. We have another one here. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Well, this is how I know him. And add your prayer. I think something like for the safety of all those who come by, and then place it and you build on it like hanging your flag in the wind with the prayer on it. Stones are a good way to stack up a bunch of good thoughts.
Well, I guess it shows the thoughts we were thinking was sort of like being afraid of being in nature and like being vulnerable, and then that's a different thought of like, you know.
Wow. Yeah. Nice area to hang out in no matter what age of the earth it's in now. It is just really kind of open and not up and down. And this terrain all around here is very steep up and down. It's so deceptive. It goes into the deepest fir forest that we have and stuff left. That on all sides it actually gets pretty dark. But this is some sort of special ground. Plus, the other thing about rocks holding good vibes is that remember that all of our information, and we are in the information age, is stored on little thin slices of rocks. So, much like these, we are in a silica dimension. So who's laughing at people putting stuff in crystals now? Everything here is detailed. I remember that one out there, but it looks like everybody has. There was like a thin, this was 12 years ago, and it was a thin little spiral.
Oh, yeah, no, this is, look at this.
Wow, people. Good job. You want to walk down it? Okay, we will. So this is spontaneous. Look from people walking. They've worn it down like that. This is just like anywhere else where they've done this on the planet. And they always come up, here's a lesson in archaeology. When they find these things, they always say it was for some elaborate worshipping ritual and blah blah blah. You never know. I mean, just for fun. Look at this. And just as we're walking down it, every step of it's a ritual. This is the center.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is really the point where the trail goes downhill. These are smaller ones.
This one has a doorway out.
Yeah, I think there was one small spiral when I was here. But this is...
Dang, look at this one. How do you get in? Oh, that's where you get in.
You start the spiral and spiral back out and into that one. And there's the centerpiece. I don't think either of us are going to walk this one. But by the time you got a group of kids up here and ran them around both of these and back down the mountain, you'd either have a head injury or some really tired kids. So it's probably a great place to take them. And then yeah, you can go, look at the pathway, wind off into the forest at the far end. And then you can see the train drops down and down and down. More proof humans do beautiful and good things spontaneously, and that all the other humans can respect that. Ta-da! So that'll be part 2. That's where it winds down and out to the Palisades. Pretty crazy. I like it. But for now, we're going to start our journey back. This in the trail, Danielle. Here, my witness here. We just passed a group of people, so who knows how many thousands of people have come down this trail. You see that, right?
What?
It's in the center of my screen. You want to look in the center of the screen?
Hang on, I gotta...
This is a
My
fun
eyes have
game.
to
Do you guys
adjust.
see it? You see it?
Oh yeah, I saw that, but what is it?
You saw it? And
Oh,
then
it's
you didn't
a...
pick it
Oh,
up?
I thought it was a piece of... I'm sorry.
Everybody probably
I thought it was a
bird doo-doo.
doo-doo. But it's an arrow tip?
Yeah, that's an actual arrowhead.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
small enough to actually have gone in an
Oh,
arrow.
my goodness. Yeah, it is. That's crazy. Everybody's just looking for their footing here.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up because it's right in the erosion line here. And this is from a native right here, and this has not traveled very far at all. So this is in a park, and it's in context. Right there, you see that spot? So it's close to its point of usage and its point of origin. It's in context is what I'm saying, as they say. So this is where you would never want to disturb a find because then it would be lost from its history. Then it'd just be a piece of shaped obsidian. So, okay, glad to share that with you guys. I'm going to pick it up one more time. That's the gray area on it. Look at the work on that. So its bottom is broken and its tip is broken. And they wanted you to see that and confirm that they were right here by these berry bushes. Okay, we'll see you on down the trail. I mean, the volcano shot them out. They're just little projectiles, but they're not broken. Those are their little outsides. So they're little pebbles, that were made. And they're just called Apache tears. These are real jet black here in Napa Valley obsidian.
They get shot out of the volcano like that.
Yeah, and they'll be buried in this tuff a lot of the time.